he was like, hey man, you're gonna get a fine out here if you don't have orange on. And I'm like, hey, thanks. I am so tempted right now to play the hey cow trick.
So if you're new here, I like to design bike routes where I have about a 50-50 shot of finishing. I'm Dave, and for this route, I'm attempting to complete 500 miles around Central Florida in 7 days.
Well, good morning from Clermont, Florida. Just about ready to head out again for the day. And it looks like I'm gonna be out for 95 miles. Fell way short yesterday trying to navigate through the trail through Sanford and all the other cities and towns around just north of Orlando. So we'll see how far I get. I have to get through the Withlacoochie State Forest. Be my first test of unpaved, but we'll see how that goes. And then the goal is Starkey tonight. We'll see how that goes.
Ooh, it's chilly. Sun's just coming up. We got everything on our way. Of the day, getting ready to go into the forest, so had to stop at Publix. Publix is right on the trail, so get what I need for the day. But the first few miles, man, it's chilly out here. It's like in the low 40s. It's gonna warm up a little bit, but that wind is kicking today. First time on the trip it's been kicking that wind. Ooh. So that's kind of a low patch, if I'm being honest. It's day 3, lots and lots of riding. Woke up with a scratchy throat this morning too, that doesn't help. The key now is how to pack it. It's limited space. Ooh, that's tight. Look at that. Oh, good. Maybe not. No, it'll go either way. There it is. Done. Made it happen. All right. Even have a trash bag for later. Good to go. Well, now it's slow going. Day 3, and I was slow out of the gate. It was cold, windy, and now I'm on the state forest roads, and you can see it's slow going. 50mm tires are much better. I'm able to get through it. I'm so glad I got them. But there are sections I still have to hike a bike, but not as bad as before. Getting gummed up, but that's part of the deal. They're okay. Much wider base, and feel a lot more confident, I think, with these tires. Woke up with a scratchy throat, and as I said there at the Publix, and definitely slower today. So I'm just taking it as it comes. 50-50 ride in 7 days. It may be 8, maybe 7, but you keep going. Voices in your head that tell you to stop. Just gotta fight against them. It'd be easy to try to quit. You know, really, there's so much positivity out here. It's so beautiful and peaceful riding through these piney woods. I did get the warning. Lots of hunting going on. And here's a hike-a-bike section. It's still cold and I don't want to get wet. So if you miss it, then you're muddy the rest of the day. So we're just gonna take it easy. I am so tempted right now to play the hey cow trick. You know the hey cow trick? You go by a field full of cows and you yell at the top of your lungs, hey cow, and see what happens. But I'm like in the backwoods, and that outcome might not be so positive, so. But it's funny to think about. Well, I made it through the state forest. I gotta be honest, it was a little bit tenuous. Lots of hunting going on. I was on the main road and didn't see any signs posted. Did the search on the website before the trip. All the hunters were super nice. One was kind of grouchy, but he was like, hey man, you're gonna get a fine out here if you don't have orange on. And I'm like, hey, thanks. But anyway, it was good. Once I got on to the hard pack road, it went through pretty quick. I was really surprised. But lesson learned, next time I go through, I'll do a better deep dive on when the hunting is. I thought I did that, but evidently not. Lots of hunting camps out there. So I'm heading north into the wind a little bit. Then I get to turn south, head down towards Starkey. I'll tell you what yesterday had in stoplights and technical turns and navigation, today has in pristine remote trail. I mean, look at this. This is the Good Neighbor Trail. I've been on this now for I think 2 or 3 miles and haven't seen anybody. That's why they call it the Good Neighbor Trail, I guess, because you're the only neighbor. I don't know. That was an awful dad joke, but it's just beautiful, beautiful day. Heading west to pick up the Suncoast Trail and then try to zip south as quickly as I can into Odessa.
Recapturing the historical essence of the trailhead property is a vital element of the Good Neighbor Trail project. The original site along the Russell and Main Streets was platted between the 1850s and 1870s and used primarily as a railroad depot and switching yard. At that time, the property was virtually clear-cut when a railroad company built connecting lines to transfer goods from the east-west main line to the north-south trunk line. The Brooksville train depot dates back to 1886 when local businessmen raised $20,000 to secure an extension of the Florida Southern Railroad line. The line pushed south from Jacksonville to Gainesville, reaching Hambleton's ferry crossing on the west bank of the Withlacoochie River in Hernando County. Brooksville has also been the seat of Hernando County for more than 100 years.
I gotta tell you, the late in the day monsters hit me hard. I'm at 76 miles. I'm on the Suncoast Trail, 15 miles to go. It's been a grind today. Had a 30-mile trek through the Withlacoochie State Forest, and then super cold start. A lot of things, but you know, a lot of things are going well. This is when the voices in your head start talking to you late in the day. Like, why are you doing this? You don't need to be doing this. Take tomorrow off. There's a lot of things you could be doing instead. Blah, 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 blah. I was just listening to a podcast, Undaunted Life. And it was like 18 things a man can do to not be a crappy guy in 2025. It's kind of a catchy title. One of those is doing hard things that challenge your ego and make you learn something. And I thought that was really profound because, you know, we kind of gravitate to what we're good at. And I wouldn't say that I'm good at cycling by any stretch, but it's something I've done for a long time, so I'm comfortable. But what I've learned and why this is important to me is that this is still doing something hard where there's no guarantee of success. And you know, I did years of racing where you train for one day and you train for that day to be amazing, and you taper for it, and 16-week training plan that goes to perfection, and you show up on that day and you race, and at the end of the day it's like, well, let me go get my gear out of transition, put my bike on the bike rack, and go home. It's like this, I had to stop and reset my navigation like several times today. The last 3 days, had to stop, figure out, make sure I was on the right course, make sure I was going the right way. You have to stop at stoplights, crosswalks. They don't have closed courses out here. It makes for a longer day. And at the end of the day, I'm literally trying to recover, get reset, repacked, and go out the next day. And to me, I learn more about myself doing that. And it really works on my ego because you realize when you get out here that you have a lot to learn still. That really helps me, you know. It's like I don't feel like I've ever arrived. It's constantly something to learn, something to improve, something to get better at. You know, here I am, day 3, and this will be the halfway point, more or less. My neck hurts, my back hurts, I have a headache right now, and I get to get up tomorrow morning and do it again. That's what's cool. That's what's cool. But right now I'm suffering. I got a ways to go and I'm suffering. I figured I just put the camera on and start talking. Pass some time. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching. I'm hoping that that some of the things that some of the experiences I share out here help you and help you find hard things to do in your life and improve.
So an afternoon pivot altered the end of the route to finish in Odessa instead of the Starkey Wilderness Preserve, which will become evident with a surprise in the next episode. I feel like I made up time, but the cumulative efforts were beginning to take their toll as the signs of fatigue were steadily creeping in. All in all, today was a strong comeback from yesterday's urban crawl, and I had the privilege to ride another day. Thanks so much for following this channel. I hope you find something helpful for your journey, and if you feel like sharing a thought in the comments below, I'd love to hear from you.
Well, here we are, and a ride day just turned into a 0 day.
I said there was a surprise and I was gonna take a day off, but we decided to roll out.